Hello, folks. We are live once again for my weekly stream of The Forgotten City, which is a game set in an ancient Roman city deep underground, where we, a modern-day archaeologist, have mysteriously wound up after being washed up on a river. I believe at the end of last time, we had just gotten confirmation from our lovely Vestal priestess Equitia that we are in fact in the underworld, and that was Charon, not just a random Karen. So we will start playing in just a moment, and do feel free to say hi in chat. I'd love to see you there. And in the meantime, check out this cat. Oh yeah. It's annoying I have to pick up my computer to show you her, but oh well. Just make sure it's still going. Okay. And we're off. Are we off? Okay, there's the loading. I don't know what this is all about. Every once in a while it just decides to take a while, and that's, I guess, the downside of having this via the Switch rather than trying to somehow make it work on my computer, which does not particularly enjoy high graphic games. But the Switch version works via the cloud, so that it isn't all local storage, and that means sometimes it doesn't want to load quite properly. So I guess I'll take this time to tell you a bit more about what's been going on in-game. So, if you'll recall, we are in this city where a bunch of ancient Romans have wound up. The architecture was there when they got there about 7 months ago, although when they exactly arrive seems to vary from about 9 months to about 4. Or to right now, as there was an assassin who just popped up. If anybody commits a sin, which is not a particularly Roman concept, but we are getting into Roman Christianity here, the golden statues around the town will come to life with golden bows and start shooting people, turning them also into golden statuary. And the motto of the town, the golden rule, is that for the sins of the one, the many shall suffer. So we're in a time loop, trying to find a way to escape the city or cause the end of this nonsense, whatever that may be. We were basically pushed into coming here by Charon. So they've apparently got a stake in it. Alright, we're starting to actually load. And here we are in the bathhouse, where we have just observed this lovely mosaic of Charon. And it was explained to us by Equitia, who appears to be no longer here. Oh yes, right, I currently have a bow, which is not actually allowed in the city, but since we haven't shot anybody, it's not a big deal. Who knows what the magistrate will think. These baths are so lovely. They really are. They're just gorgeous. Let's get out of the baths. Go about about our business. Now, I do really want to see if I can talk to our friend Galerius the farmer and convince him to run for magistrate. I think that will probably go better than having just the two who are currently running do it. But I also have a quest to follow up on of trying to switch out the golden bow I have for the bow of Diana in her sanctuary. Because for some reason, the merchant Decius actually has an idea of how these statues work, which I'm actually really curious how he knows, since he's not experiencing this day over and over again. But, you know, we'll figure it out. Also, that mysterious whisper kept telling us to take the deal, so... Equitia thinks that whisper might be Persephone, or, sorry, Proserpina herself. Remember, these are Romans, not Greeks. Their versions of mythology are actually different, although they saw fit to identify their mythology with Greek mythology a lot of the time. They would do the same with other mythologies too, but... My goodness, these loading screens are taking a long time to get. Now, one thing is, if I do follow up on that quest with the Golden Bow, which I think I will, there will be some action coming up, actually quite a long sort of horror sequence, with sort of zombies-ish, so just be aware of that. I will warn you if I'm going into it, but that's gonna be a thing. Well, my cat's enjoying it. I'm paying more attention to her than to the game. Let's see if I can recall other things we've learned. Last time that we were playing this game, last week, we discovered that there is a difference between allowing someone to die and saying, well, I could plausibly deny having known they were going to die, and saying, yeah, I'll let him die, as far as the rule is concerned. We also have some information that if the statues can't see you taking something, that might not count as stealing. So, interesting. Especially since they can move the statues. I mean, they're really light. Part of me wonders why, if they figured this out, they don't just, like, move all the statues out of sight range of everything, just, like, shove them in the palace or something and lock them up. Okay. Oh, the whisper says her tears run through the city. Who her? Is this Proserpina? Does that mean that the voice isn't Proserpina? Where are you going? Why is it so dark? It wasn't this dark before. I wonder if it's not loading properly. We were also asked to go talk to Livia, who has known for quite some time that we are all but bloodless shadows in the realm of the dead. Hey, spooky statue. You gonna kill me yet? Not yet. So, these are the slums, as it were. she's
Cerberus lifts his triple head and lets out his threefold braying.
Livia, would you stop muttering like Medea over a cauldron? You'll scare away my customers.
They follow their trades, imitating their previous lives, but they are ignorant.
This again. You're in a world of your own, aren't you?
Right, or blindfold them, muffle their ears and eyes. It wouldn't be that hard. I mean, there are a lot of them. Okay, what's your deal, Livia?
Just as the ocean accepts the rivers of all the world, so this place accepts all the souls. But it does not notice the crowds that come.
I don't know that it accepts all souls, since, you know, there are only like 24 of us here, but...
Say it. Speak its name. Then it is true. I was right.
Yeah.
I thought...
Although its name is
thought
Hades.
I saw it, but when the rest of them could not, I kept thinking I must have gone insane. I had to tell myself it was true over and over again, until I wasn't sure if I was deceiving myself. I must apologize if my words seem cryptic. I'd found comfort in reciting the Metamorphoses by our great poet Ovid. He gives such an uncanny description of this place. I cannot help but wonder if he himself came here. Would you like to hear it?
So, mention of Ovid again. We got Ovid quoted at us by Equitia, the Vestal Priestess. So it's interesting which parts they choose to quote. Equitia gave us the story of... I've just lost their names. Sorry, ADHD moment. But an elderly couple who welcomed in these gods who were in human disguise and had been rejected from all over their doors because they looked like vagabonds. And were blessed thereafter, and the city destroyed. But Livia sounds like she's going to tell us the part of the Metamorphoses where the Sibyl goes down into the underworld. So, let's see what that's like.
I will do my best to remember the relevant verse. There is a downward path, gloomy with fatal yew trees. It leads through dumb silence to the infernal regions. The sluggish Styx exhales vapor, and by that way, the shadows of the newly dead descend, entombed with full rites, and the ghosts of those, at last, given proper burial. The wide, thorny waste is cold and pallid, and the newly arrived shades are ignorant of the road that leads to the Stygian city, where Black Dis has his cruel palace. As the ocean accepts the rivers of all the world, so this place accepts all the souls, and is never too small for any populace, nor notices the crowds that come. There the bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone. Some crowd the forum, some the house of the ruler of the depths. Others follow their trades, imitating their previous lives, and still others incur punishment. I hope I have done it justice, and now we share a secret. It's as if you've lifted a great burden from my shoulders. Thank you, friend. I think I should rest.
Well, I'll pause for a moment so I can talk about that. So, We've talked a little bit previously about the great catabases of myth, the goings down of the living into the underworld, and one of those, one that would be particularly of note for the Romans, is that of Aeneas, their sort of founding father, if you will. And, you know, in the Aeneid, which is, you know, the great classic epic by Virgil that's, sort of held up as the prize poetry of education in the Roman world, and honestly still in a lot of places that teach Latin today. There's this very serious scene. He has to go and perform a number of tests, and then the Sibyl guides him down into the underworld, and he's just basically there to observe. But he ends up leaving through what is called the Gate of Ivory, the Gate of Dreams or Illusions. The Gate of Horn being the Gate of Truth, left untouched. But Ovid, in his Metamorphoses, which is, their lifetimes did overlap, but I believe the Metamorphoses was written fairly well after the Aeneid. And it definitely plays with the Aeneid, especially in this scene where it's describing the trip into the underworld. It has another take on the Sibyl and all that mess. But this is really interesting because it mentions the trees. Aeneas had to bring a golden, you'll hear it called the golden bow, which is not my golden bow, which is a literal weapon, but the bow of a tree branch that is made of gold as a gift for the dread queen of the dead, Persephone. But here we mention these yew trees, the fatal yew trees. Yew trees are mainly used to make bows as in weapons. And they're fatal because they are actually toxic. They're poisonous to humans and to livestock. So, a particularly well-chosen bit here. I don't know how much of that was intentional, but given the way this game is structured, it might be all of it. So now we know why she's gone around muttering that we're all bloodless shadows. She's thinking about the ways in which this little part of the underworld has driven people to carry on as if they were still alive, performing the functions that they did in life, unaware of their condition. She seemed really pretty lucid to me. And honestly, if I had heard somebody quoting poetry over and over again, I'm not sure I would immediately jump to the conclusion that they're mad, because this poem was very famous. So that's fantastically weird. Now, she didn't actually go rest, so maybe we can talk to her again.
Friend, you have given me hope. May you follow in the footsteps of Hercules and return to the light of day.
But we can't really talk to her. Following in the footsteps of Hercules, another famous hero who went to the underworld alive and came back out again. In his case, carrying the underworld guardian Cerberus, the three-headed dog, whose symbol was marked over the entryway to this whole area. So, Galerius in magistrate malim bibendum special auralie. Interesting. I wondered if that was two different things. But yes, so we have graffiti here, Galerius for Magistrate, which is actually what I want. And I'd rather drink at Aurelius, which is this bar over here.
Horatius? Looking a bit troubled there.
Still no sign of Scintilla. And I haven't slept right in 3 weeks.
Don't be too hard on yourself. From what I hear, nobody saw it coming. Anyway, I thought you Stoics weren't supposed to worry about things you can't control.
Yeah, but I keep thinking, what if there is something I can do? What if she's out there somewhere suffering, waiting to be found?
Sounds like you're torturing yourself. Leave that for the gods. Try to relax, get some rest. Tomorrow's a new day.
I suppose you're right.
Now there's a fascinating bit of conversation. They didn't seem to get along before. But I guess this is the slums after all.
Salve again, friend. I went and did as you asked, and it worked. How is it possible that you've just arrived here and you already know everyone and exactly what's about to happen to them?
Should we tell him? I think I kind of want to tell him. I wonder if he's weaving a little because he's drunk.
You're toying with me, right? Wait, you're not kidding, are you? That's the only way you could have known.
Oh, that was easy to
You're a
convince him.
bit like... Oh, what was his name? Sisyphus. Yeah, that's the one. Old King Sisyphus.
Well, let's hear his version of the Sisyphus
Sisyphus
story.
was a Greek king a long time ago. For daring to think he could outsmart the gods, he was given a terrible punishment. He was forced to push a great boulder up to the top of a hill. Only, just as it reached the top, it would roll all the way back down to the bottom, forcing him to start over and over and over again for all eternity. Just like you. Actually, now that I think about it, there are a bunch of old stories about the gods punishing people by making them do the same futile task over and over. Tantalus was made to grasp at fruit on a tree he could never quite reach. The Pleiades had to keep fetching water in a sieve. Oh, and Ixion was strapped to a wheel going round and round forever. But on the bright side, at least you're not stuck in the underworld like they all were.
Alright, so yes, that's a pretty good summary. Sort of classic people trapped forever in the underworld doing futile tasks list. I can't remember offhand the details with the Pleiades, but Sisyphus trapped for eternity, pushing the boulder up the hill for cheating death. His name has come up several times so far. Tantalus for feeding the gods human flesh. He killed his own son and fed it to the gods. Gross. And for that he will forever thirst, but be unable to drink, though river comes up to his chin, and forever hunger, though fruit dangles on a branch just outside his reach. Yeah, I'm not even.
Anyway, I don't know which god you managed to upset to get yourself into this position, friend, but you seem all right to me. So, I'll tell you what. I'll keep doing whatever I can to help you. And you just focus on finding a way to break the cycle you're in.
You know, that's remarkably optimistic, because none of those other people ever got out. Nobody but Prometheus ever got a way out of his eternal punishment that I know of.
Oh, that's kind of you to say. Now, I'm going to keep your secret. Although, it's not as if I'll remember this next time we talk anyway, right? Oh, and if our conversations ever start to annoy you, just tell me you're busy. I know when I'm not wanted. May fortune smile on you, friend.
Yeah, but how do I convince you to run for magistrate?
I saw you slide down that rope before. Very impressive. And strange, too, since that device you used is exactly the same as one I've been working on for weeks. Oh, of course! It's because I already gave it to you in a previous time loop,
He
isn't
gets
it?
it so easily.
Anyway,
I'm jealous.
sorry to ask, but
Nobody in time
is there
loops
any
ever
chance
gets
you'd
this
be
easily.
willing to do me a favor?
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I've been trying to get this rare flower from the rock spire in the middle of the lake. It's too steep to
I would feel
climb, so
rude to
I hung a
skip
rope
this.
over the lake and made this pulley device, only I couldn't quite summon the nerve to use it. Do you think you could use the device again and try to get that flower for me? Oh, thank you. It would help me a lot. There's no rush, just whenever you get a chance.
He's so nice. Yes.
I've bounced the idea around once or twice, mainly as a way of getting Dooley set free. God knows Sentius is never going to do it. But from what I hear, Malleolus has the election stitched up. Nobody's going to take him on and win. And maybe that's not such a bad thing. I mean, he talks a lot about freedom, so I'm hoping if he's elected, he'll release Dooley from his cell. That's good enough for me.
Oh, I can just straight up tell him this because he knows that we're in a time loop.
And how could you... Oh, wait. You've seen it in another time loop, haven't you? Well, in that case, we need to find a way to make sure Malleolus loses. Better yet, get him to withdraw altogether. If you can do that, and Sentius is the only candidate left, I'll run against him. Deal?
Well,
All right, friend.
I guess that's
Hope you
extra
find a way
incentive to
to
get
break that
Malleolus to
cycle
back
you're in.
down. If I can just find the guy. So,
I love your clothes. So exotic.
so you're gonna keep hitting on me? We happen to know that she is a bad person, but let's talk to her.
Ah, you're here. I'm so glad you decided to visit. I'm Aurelia. And I hope I'm not being too forward, but
You are.
the moment I laid eyes on you, I was intrigued. There's a light in your eyes I've never seen before. A certain learning and sophistication.
Oh my gosh. These are some options. Oh, I don't know how I want to play this. You know what? Let's let her flirt. Where's she going with this?
Coming on a bit strong, don't you think? I take back what I said. Suddenly, I don't find you so intriguing anymore. Let's just forget that ever happened, so we can at least do business. So, what brings you to my tavern?
Oh gosh, that was hilarious. Oh, I do want to know where Kabash is. Oh, let's try
Not for a
that
few
list.
weeks now. Last time I saw him, he was sitting at a table with Georgius, whispering about some job. I remember because they kept looking over their shoulders as if they didn't want anyone else to know. So, naturally, I hovered. The one word I kept hearing was vanishing, and then, the next day, Kabash just disappeared. Coincidence? I think not. Ugh, let it go. Nothing's going to happen between us. You know, normally, I'd expect you to buy me a drink before asking if I want to get out of here. I guess that went right over your head. Never
She's
mind.
just gonna complain no
As a
matter what
matter
I
of
say, I guess.
fact, I do know a way out. I'm happy to tell you all about it, but this is valuable information we're talking about, and I don't just give it out
This
like
is her
some
scam,
cheap
right?
oracle. So, how badly do you want it? Is it worth, say, 1,000 denarii to you?
No.
Ha! It's hardly my fault if people misunderstand the terms of a deal. I mean, it does say, let the buyer beware, right outside my tavern. I just try not to think about it. Drink helps with that. As the saying goes, to drink is human, so we drink.
I promise that cup is not getting any cleaner. Yeah, gross, no kidding.
Certainly, for 10 denarii.
I do actually have 10 denarii, so.
Have you met Livia? She used to do my hair until one day she just snapped. This place has that effect on people. Now she just stands around caked in filth, muttering nonsense to herself. It's a real shame. Now I have to do my own hair.
It does not look any better for it.
I hear that if Malleolus is elected, he's gonna throw a small festival to celebrate, with entertainment and everything. Can't wait to find out what it is. Whatever you like.
Yeah, alright.
All right. See ya.
Well, okay then. I've actually not been around here. We have our...
Galerius?
Horatius? Looking a bit troubled there.
Ah, sounds like the
Still
same
no sign of
conversation over
Sintella.
again. So we have
I
our
haven't
motto
slept right
here.
3 weeks.
Now don't be too hard on
Tropicato
yourself.
unius multis
From what I hear,
delibus.
nobody saw it coming. Anyway,
See.
I thought you Stoics weren't supposed to worry about
Bottle.
things you can't
Bottle
control.
of garum.
Yeah, but
Fermented fish
I
sauce.
keep thinking, what if there is something I can do?
Garum.
What if
This
she's
is,
out there somewhere,
at least in
suffering,
shape,
waiting
I
to
don't
be
know
found?
about in painting,
Sounds like you're
based off
torturing
of
yourself.
some actual
Leave that for
garum
the
bottles
gods.
we've found.
Try to relax. Get some
I
rest.
love the stink
Tomorrow's a new
lines.
day.
Oh, that just gets me.
I suppose you're right.
Ooh. Now we have some abbreviations here, which I do not offhand recognize. Scum is probably just cum, so with Scauri, ex officina Scauri. Yeah, I have no idea what that says, and it doesn't actually tell me. Fascinating. Ooh, proper Roman shield. So, what Horatius and Rufus carry around, with the sort of traditional, the bulla on the front, the big knob to throw any attacks sideways. And that's what the curve is for as well. Some Roman symbology, the wings and arrows. Banner. Legionary's banner from the first Italica. So this stuff is probably Horatius's, yeah. Let's see. Oh, I suspect that's a glitch. Sorry about that. But we have this nice armored boar. And the Legionum, or Legion, and then one Italica. So the first Italica, more identical bottles of garum, so that's a little unlikely, but sure. Cavalry helmet, so the first Italica cavalry, which Horatius did tell us he was a part of. And they're nice enough to tell you what it's made of. The horsehair plume, which is probably dyed red, not that you can really see it. Oh yeah, you can kind of see it. But that face plate, it's really a lot of protection. And it appears to be on a bust of, I would guess, Minerva, just based on the other places I've seen. So, not a whole lot going on in here. Gosh, he really likes fish sauce. So, not much money to his name either. But that's alright.
Galerius?
Horatius? Looking a bit troubled there.
Still no
Are
sign of Sintella.
pretty
And I haven't
typical.
slept right 3
Suspect
weeks.
this produce bowl
Don't
is
be
just
too
going to
hard
tell us
on
about those
yourself.
carrots again.
From what I hear, nobody saw it coming. Anyway,
3 stars,
I thought
3
you
stars for
Stoics
what?
weren't supposed to worry about things you can't
Miss
control.
whatever that was for.
Yeah, but I
What
keep
tavern
thinking,
keg?
what if there is something I can do?
Large wooden beer
What if
keg.
she's out there somewhere, suffering,
Beer?
waiting to be found?
Well, I mean, I guess they do have a
Sounds
lot
like
of
you're
people from all
torturing
over the
yourself.
Empire here. Beer is much
Leave that
more
for
of
the
an
gods.
Egypt thing than
Try to
from
relax.
Greece.
Get some
but
rest. Tomorrow's a new
I
day.
would think there would be more about wine.
I suppose you're
I'm
right.
sure we have examples of beer kegs like this. What else have we got going on? There's Decius.
Whatever's in that great temple up there on the bluff, I bet it's worth a fortune. Ah, back again, I see. I heard what you did for Iulia. Very impressive. Even if the source of your medicine was a little shady.
Was it? Uh-oh. Election's coming up. That's not good.
Are the elections starting?
So we have the Lararium, the same model as before. What is this back area? Alright. Oh, we have these ceramic bowls all over the place, and it's all up to me. Thank you, Whisper. I'm talking about bowls of urine. Oh, is it? Okay, so Kiki says that inscription on the garum bottles is based on a mosaic from Pompeii. Do you know what it translates to? I'm not familiar with Scouty, or with that GF abbreviation. It's dark down here. How do you see what they're doing? Whose room is this? Oh, this must be Galerius's room. This is the zipline prototype. Gari Flori. GF is Gari Flori, so... Flori. Floral? Floral? Garum? Interesting in here. A poem? Oh, that's so sweet. Oh. Okay, so Flower of Garum from the offices of Scaurus. Okay, so Scauri is a name. Alright. Aulus Umbricius Scaurus. Thanks, Kiki. So this is actually a very learned and Roman poem for a farmer from unconquered, well, previously unconquered Britain to have written. Apparently, he is in love with somebody. You know, I really hope that it's Virgil. That's my ship, and I'm sticking with it. I was going to attempt to actually find the farm this time, but I suspect that we are about to be tossed into chaos, so I'm just gonna go loot some more Denari. If I can remember where the chest is. Priestess. Priestess. About the priestess, I wonder. Think I can convince her? I know there was a way to the amphitheater back here. It's so hard to find my way around. Oh, whoa, where am I? I have no idea where I just wound up. I don't know my way around here yet. Let's... wow, where on earth have I gotten myself into? Well, there's daylight, so let's go back out. Oh, here we are. Oh boy.
It is time the Golden Rule was exposed for what it is, a children's fable, exploited by a treacherous leader to instill fear in all of us.
This is why he's in his gladiator gear.
Oh
They've
boy,
been planning this
it's too
all
late.
along.
Shut up, all of you. The magistrate has spoken.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna enjoy
It's too
killing you,
late.
old man.
I gotta go.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Too late to do anything.
Follow me, quickly.
Surprising. I'm sorry, Sentius. You have to die again. Yeah, Galerius really is. He's wonderful. He's my favorite. Whoosh! Through the wormhole. I don't think I ever get used to seeing Sentius just wither into bones. That's just creepy. Hi, friends.
Salve, friend. Mind telling me who you are and what you're doing with that bow on your back? Oh, sounds serious. I'm listening.
Well, maybe we can get him to
Yulia?
take care of both of these
Oh, no.
things while we go find out
All
some
right,
more
I
about
can
what's
do that.
going on.
All right, let me see. Stop Fabia going in, but send the new arrival to the empty shrine. Understood. I'll go, but once I'm done, I'll need you to tell me how you know all of this.
Okay, so, alright, much brighter, and maybe we can get down to the farm this time.
You, Tantalus, cannot catch the drops of
Okay. Wow, there sure is just a lot of place here. Ah. Oh, Galerius's little farm. Got cabbages, a Roman staple, particularly if you're a fan of Cato, which I'm not, actually. Apple tree, very nice. Those look like garlic flowers or something. I wonder if those are garlic or onions. And not sure what these are. Oh, he's managing to grow wheat. That's impressive. Really, quite the range of stuff from one little patch. This is the first time I've actually seen this farm. Pretty impressive, really. Oh, and we have geese. Talk to the goose. Press A to honk. Goat. Can we talk to the goat? Goat, I want to talk to you. Just really stuff. Got butterflies surrounding these goose eggs. And I can take them? Do I want to take them? I don't know. I guess I can take them. They'll be here again next time. The more I know about Galerius and what he does, the more impressed I am. This nice glorious waterfall coming down from the aqueduct. Well, here we are in these tunnels again. Jeez. There sure is a lot of here. so that comes out at the back of the slums, I guess? Oh, God. Oh! That creepy thing where the statues look at us. TBD meliori sunt quam nobis fuerunt. May the gods be kinder to you than they were to us, stranger. Well, I guess they had time to write that before they got hit. Boy, did they get hit. Okay, so this is the tunnel I found myself in before. Oh, is this a little girl? I don't think we've seen... No, she's not a little girl, she's just sideways. What's up here? I thought we were gonna go and do the palace thing today. This is fascinating. Oh, and now I could ride the zip line. Oh, wow. I don't know why Proserpina wants me to have eggs, but I do think we just found maybe literally Ixion, and he's staring at us. He was fastened to a golden wheel. He was fastened to a wheel for all eternity for the sin of trying to rape Juno, the queen of the gods. And yeah, he's staring at us. Are you gonna look at us again? Gosh, this is fascinating. Yeah. Oh, yikes. It never gets old. Okay. Yeah, I can hear you, and I'm getting the heck out of the dodge. I just can't believe how much stuff there is. I love that we can just come back and loot the same chest over and over again. It's really nice. I feel a little bad having shoved all my tasks off onto Galerius, but on the other hand... Okay, so... Oh, we can go up here. Alright. Here we are basically on top of the aqueduct. Which is a place I wasn't aware I could go. Oh. Here's the zipline out into Nowheresville. Wondered. I don't think I can walk on these. But... see another zipline. Oh, maybe this is the way up to the Grand Temple. He watches through their eyes. Well, I guess that tracks with blindfolding them may be working. is very lovely. Oh, someone's up here. 2 people are up here.
Salve, friend. I'm Octavia. Welcome to life under the Golden Rule. It's a ghastly thing, is it not? How are you faring so far?
So, Octavia is, we think, Equitia's servant, and a secret Christian.
That's good, in a sense. If you're not on edge, you've not been paying attention. But on the bright side, once you've been here a few months, it's slightly less terrifying anyway. We've all been where you are now. I remember when I first arrived. I used to lay awake at night contemplating the big questions. Why am I here? Is there a way out? What is the Golden Rule, and who or what is responsible for it? I still don't have any of the answers, I'm afraid. I don't think anybody does. But I'm happy to share with you what I've learned.
She, in fact, seems really forthcoming. And for somebody who's, a servant of a Vestal priestess, she's wearing quite nice clothes. This nice green dye. I believe this is one of the ones that they would get from plants. This is a grass-based dye. This color in Greek is known as chloros. Basically can mean anything from yellow to green, but most often used for either like green grass or yellow hair. So, fascinating. Lovely choice of clothing. Much nicer than the clothing merchant, Georgius. So what's your story?
Here, in this place, the magistrate has me earning my keep by cleaning and pruning the gardens. It's not quite how I expected my life to go. I used to live in a lovely villa on the banks of the Tiber. I was even betrothed to a handsome young man from a prominent family. But long hours of menial labor for the good of the community has its own charms too, I suppose.
So she is of higher birth than your average servant, from that comment. She probably was lesser nobility if Sentius is putting her to this work.
Oh, much the same way as many of the others. When the fires came to Rome 7 months ago, my family and I fled for the Tiber, hoping to escape on a barge. We were among the fortunate ones with enough coins for passage, but unfortunately, there were a lot of desperate people, and they boarded before we could depart. A scuffle broke out, and I was pushed overboard. The last thing I remember was the water, rising up to hit my cheekbone. I woke up by the river, near that shrine, and stumbled across this place. Oh, that's all right. I'm sure it's all part of God's plan for me.
Whoops. Not so secret Christian.
Oh yes, of course. A slip of the tongue. If you like. I'm afraid not. Although, I did once hear someone gossiping down at Aurelia's tavern about a possible way out. I don't put a lot of stock in such rumors, but if you're desperate and wealthy, you could look into it, I suppose. If that doesn't work, then I suppose we're all stuck here until the gods decide our fate.
It's definitely scary.
Oh, I see. Well, that doesn't surprise me. I'm sorry I even suggested it. I won't make that mistake again. The many shall suffer for the sins of the one. I think about those words a lot. I'd like to think that if we all love our neighbors as ourselves and do to them as we'd have them do to us, then we'll all be fine. But on the other hand, I was always taught the intent of man's heart is evil from his youth, and that all of us are born with a tendency towards sin. And that's where I get stuck. Is it true? Are we born with a tendency towards sin?
So, she's implying that maybe even her parents were Christian, which is pretty impressive at you know, like around 64, 65 CE. Well, they must have been early believers. She's, you know, quoting the Christian golden rule, not the golden rule of the game, and even some biblical leanings there. So her understanding of sin might actually be closer to what we're dealing with here.
You don't think that's a little naive? I suppose you've never seen what I've seen. Innocent men and women, torn apart in arenas while thousands of Romans look on and cheer.
So, talking about the grand arenas, the gladiator fights, particularly it sounds like the execution of criminals by wild animals, and criminal here meaning anything that the Romans decide, really. So war captives, disobedient slaves, somebody who just got caught in the crossfire of somebody else's affairs, Christians.
I wish I shared your faith.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're about as close as anyone's gonna get to sharing my faith, right? Christian isn't much close to Judaism, but it's closer than the Romans, I suppose.
Please keep that to yourself. I know you're not from around here, but things are very difficult for us right now. There was a terrible fire in Rome last year, and our emperor decided to make us his scapegoats. There were executions. It was horrible.
Christians torn apart by lions for the crime of setting fire to Rome, which they, you know, may or may not have had anything to do with.
Even if I had seen it, and I'm not saying I have, I couldn't in good conscience give it to you. That's all I'll say.
Ooh, I could threaten her. I don't want to threaten her. Well,
Even if I had seen it, and I'm not saying I have, I couldn't in good conscience give it to you. That's all I'll say.
I guess.
What you're doing is disgusting, and it's not going to work. Shame on you. All right, well, it was lovely to meet you. I look forward to getting to know you better over the coming months. And if you ever...
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Uh-oh. Golden Rule already got triggered?
No. Ulpius, what are you doing? Get back from there. If you lose your balance, you'll fall.
That's the idea.
Oh boy.
What? Why?
Oh.
Why would
wow.
you want that?
I guess we're going
Why do
here.
You think I'm
So
stuck for the
I'm gonna
rest
put a
of
trigger
my
warning
life
for suicide
working
on
for
this.
a man who treats me like an animal.
I know things are hard for you right now. They're hard for all of us.
It's okay
We're
if you
all in
need to
this
look away
together,
for a bit.
Ulpius. Please just think this through. If you do this, it could be the sin that seals all of our fates. Is that what you want?
I'm sorry, but I just don't care anymore.
By the way.
Please, Ulpius. Help him. If he goes through with it, it could be the end for us all. I don't know what to do. I've never had to deal with this sort of thing.
Clearly.
Please, you need to talk to him. Thank you. And please, choose your words carefully.
Let me guess. You're going to lecture me on how suicide is a crime against the Empire.
So this is actually my stance in real life, but perhaps not, you know, not as plainly as this. There's a lot of nuance to be had here. Might make a video about it someday. Probably will. I'll add it to the list.
You're not going to trick me. I'm no coward. I intend to go through with it.
I also think this.
Like what? I'm stuck slaving away for that Culus Cumulatis for the rest of my life. What do I have to live for?
So, again, Kubus Kumulates, I've been translating as asshat.
You're just saying that to buy time. You must think I'm an idiot. I'm out. Wherever you are. Scintilla, my love. I'm sorry.
Ulpius, no!
Oh, shit.
I can't believe he went through with it. Oh Lord. That poor lamb. I'll have to let everyone know what happened. And I guess Malleolus will have to clean up the mess in his villa. It's of his own making, after all. And I'd best pray for poor Ulpius.
Well, I guess I will follow her to the shrine. Woof. Oh, hello, Sisyphus. Alright. Oh, that was a lot. She weeps where the water flows. Okay, that's actually really interesting. Wow. That was hard. There's gotta be a way to save him. I will find out what it is. We do actually know the directions to the shrine already, but at least in theory. Okay, so this is the back of the amphitheater. There's some more of these tunnels down here. So a nice little early Christian carving. The Jesus fish. It says ichthus, Greek for fish. If I understand Christianity correctly, which I, probably don't. Something about loaves and fishes. And then there Octavia is in the shrine itself, praying over another ichthus. What looks like it used to be a Lorarium. Can't quite make out. Those look to be... Is that a cross? That might be a cross. Not sure what that mosaic is. Anyway, I wanted to find Equitia. I know, he listens with his ears. Whew. Wow, that's a lot. Yeah, you've got
Malleolus isn't
guy
receiving
on
visitors at
so
the moment, it being
maybe let
election
me
day.
in?
Do I seem like anonymous threats to my style? Yeah? What have you got for me? Hey, Caput Murday, Futuere AS, just make it good.
So, hey shithead, go fuck yourself. Futuere S. You are fucked, I guess.
Os in Coolio mio, just make it good.
Os in Coolio mio? Okay. Os. So, your nose up my ass, I guess? Oof, that's an expression.
Oh, you must really want to see Malleolus.
I do, actually.
Let yourself in with this key.
Oh, nice.
Just make sure you give it back on your way out.
What if I don't? Alright. Here I am in Malleolus's. Wow! Gorgeous villa. Oh. Well, we've got our repeating phrases, the Hadrian frieze, and the perhaps rape of the Sabine women.
And now, I make this solemn promise to you, good citizens.
Let's talk to you.
Domitius doesn't usually let anyone in here without a hefty tribute, so you must have been desperate to see me. Well, what do you want?
Let's see what you'll say.
Are you insane? You barge into my villa uninvited and then make outrageous demands? Why would I withdraw from an election I'm bound to win?
Oh.
Don't talk nonsense. There's no such thing as the Golden Rule.
He really believes that.
How could you possibly know that? Nonsense! This is nonsense! I don't know how you know about my plans, but I'm absolutely sure Sentius is involved somehow. And now, I'm going to enjoy watching Domitius kill him even more. Now, get out of here! You outstayed your very limited welcome.
I'm actually really surprised.
Get out of my villa before I have Domitius throw you out.
Huh. Well, I guess we're not getting any more info from him this time. But, now I know how to get in here, at least. I am really...
Still here?
Yes, I am still here. That the golden rule didn't get broken by him saying that he was going to enjoy watching somebody kill someone. Time to find some dirt indeed. Hey, look, dirt. Haha. No. I actually have some dirt, and I'm surprised that it didn't come up. But maybe I have to spend more time on discussing other things. Oh. Nice non-mosaic tiling. Interesting that the water seems to go down below the rock here. Oh. Oh. Well, let's just have a poke around, shall we? God, this guy is just awful. Beautiful house, though, that nice Pompeian red with the... I've crossed a line, have I? I wonder if he will have Domitius throw me out. Ooh, what's this bust? Is that supposed to be Malleolus? Oh, and look, we've got, like, really ancient Greek face back there. With the old geometric style. Oh, that means that's this one, which is much, much older than this sort of Attic red figure one here. Oh, wait, is that the octopus one? No. Kind of hard to tell. Might be a black figure. What's this? Examine a vase. Black figure. Greek vase. Depicting some kind of animal. Thank you. And a repeating Orpheus mosaic. Gosh. Well, he still hasn't had Domitius throw me out, so I'm gonna keep moving around. I hope we meet again in Gan Eden. Does that mean the Garden of Eden? I'm actually really confused by that. As Kiki saying the vases are not remotely to scale. Yes, that's true. Is this a glass bowl? Oh. They do make some nice glassware in this era. Julia's suicide note, too. God, what is it with this day? Okay. So, kitchen, produce bowl, fish, rolled up scroll that we don't get to inspect. Okay. Oh, hey, a bread oven. Spatula? Is that the word I want? I am just losing my words today. Dried herbs, cabbages, drying fish. Oh, spices. Where is he getting spices from? Lararium, of course. These? You think Ulpius is meant to be Jewish? Really? That... I actually didn't twig to that. What is Gan Eden something I'm not recognizing? Oh, these appear to be naturalist notes. Huh. Some kind of library here? Definitely some beautiful craft work. Wonder who in the house is doing... Gan Eden as the opposite of Gehenna. Oh, that's really fascinating. I actually had no idea. Thank you, Kiki. That is spectacular. So, what's upstairs? Oh gosh, this house is just gorgeous. Although, again, with the... Kiki, have you ever seen this kind of, like, the weird abstract tile, like, it's almost mosaic? Like, this looks to me like a modern Chili's or something. It's very strange to me. I really should stop playing for the day, but I just want to explore this house because it is weird. And why is there a frieze on a fresco wall? What? No. This trompe-l'oeil, that for sure. That is very common in Pompeii era stuff. Make the house seem bigger than it outside indoors. Not that you need to. My goodness. Where? That is true.
I'm not supposed to be in here. Talk. What business could you possibly have with me? My marital affairs are no concern of yours. Thank you very much.
Back to the paterfamilias problem. Husbands, at least legally, have complete control over their wives, and in a city without sin...
I think a better question is, why am I being interrogated by a stranger who just barged into my villa? I have quite enough marriage trouble already, without having to explain to my husband why I'm receiving strange women in private. Preferably the way you came in, by which I mean, please leave. I think it's about to be broken if you don't hurry up and leave. The dainty little thing from next door. Of course not. As much as I despise her father, I would never lay a finger on that poor, sweet child.
Oh, we hit a nerve.
Well, I've had quite enough of this.
Domitis, come quickly. We're being robbed.
I like her clothing. That's a very nice color. I don't actually understand. Well, it looks like she's the one who is fond of writing. How do I get out of here? Okay. So she called Domitius on me, but I'll probably be out of here before he gets here. Assuming he even comes in. Nah, he's still just out here. Here you go, you can have it back. Yeah, no, those are not.
Couldn't stay away, huh, lovely?
Oh, fuck you.
Whatever.
I'm just gonna keep the key.
Just
you know,
remember,
like it doesn't.
I'll be watching.
It doesn't actually matter. And hey, that means I can get in there next time. That'll be nice. But yeah, okay. Wow, so that was a thing that happened today. I will be much more cautious next time, and we'll see how this goes. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a good week.